Hey guys, and welcome back to the second official video of Busby Bets. Now we're going to be breaking down the most anticipated card of the year, 306 Noche at the Sphere, the first ever live combat event at the Sphere, headlined by O'Malley versus Dvalishvili. Very mid card. Was very overhyped in my opinion. I thought Ilya and Max was going to be on this card with Sean and Merab, but here we are. Three decent fights, and the rest are alright, kind of sleeper, but don't have very much name value to them. Alright, so I'm going to be starting with the early prelims and finishing off with the main event. And without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright. So, the first fight of the night. Raul Rosas Jr. versus Arukarelinke. I'm sorry, I do not know this man. This child, do not know him. And I think the betting odds and stats show a lot here. 19 years old, and 25 and 11, but 11 losses. Anyway, I don't even need to look at the betting odds. We're going Raul Rosas Jr. for potentially an early sub. I think round 1 or 2. I think he's going to show his hunger. And in this bantamweight division, there is a lot of upcoming prospects. And I think Raul Rosas Jr. is going to blitz this man. So without wasting any more time, let's get right into the next fight. Edgar Chairez versus Joshua Van. Now, I don't even need to look at the betting odds. I think this is going to be a clean house for the Mexicans. Because this card is based around Mexican Independence Day, I'm going to take Edgar Chairez. He looked great in his last fight, and I think Joshua Van's coming off a loss. Yes, there you go. He's coming off a loss to Charles Johnson. Anyway, moving on. Yasmin Yawiga versus Kelton Sueza. Look, all I have to show you is the betting odds for this one. And look at that. That is all I need to say. Yasmin is a Mexican. She's up and coming. She's been winning fights. And like I said before, Mexican clean sweep. So, unless you're a dummy, you're going Yasmin here. Easy pick. Easy win. I'm going to go potentially maybe points. Probably points. But Yasmin, most definitely a lock. Now, the next fight of the night. Manuel Torres versus Ignacio Bermudez. Now, this fight is actually kind of close. And I don't know if you know this, but both of these men are actually quite good lightweight prospects. Now, Manuel Torres coming off a great knockout finish with the elbow inside, and he looked great in his last fight. Ignacio, he is looking good, but did he win his? He's coming off wins? Yes, they're both coming off wins. Very, very competitive fight. I think the betting odds is a pick'em. There you go. Manuel Torres, a slight favorite. Mexican. There you go. Manuel Torres has won each of his last 6 pro MMA fights. I don't know. But I think I'm going to go with the Mexican again, Manuel Torres. I think he's looked great in his last fight, and I think he's just going to have that little bit more of a reason to push through and get gritty with Ignacio, and I think he's going to get the win. So give me Torres, second round finish. All right. Now, Irina Aldana versus Norma Dumont. Now, I'm going to easily go with Aldana. Not even going to think about it. Aldana looked great. Did she? Oh, she lost her last fight, I think, did she? Oh, no, she won. Oh, I guess Amanda Nunes was the fight before. I do not really care too much about these women, but if they're gonna make us some money and gonna add that extra leg to the multi that's safe, that's all I gotta say. Ready? Let's look at the odds here. Where's Aldana? Am I blind? There she is. It's a pick'em. I didn't think that. That's interesting. I'm gonna go Aldana. Okay. Now, I did not think the odds were this close, and it's interesting. I'm still going Aldana though. Anyway, moving on. I don't have much else to say about that. I think she'll win by points, and I think it could be a competitive fight, but I think Aldana gets it. Now, onto the main card of UFC 306 Noche. Ronaldo Rodriguez versus Ode Osborne. Now, these little guys were going at it at the press conference. He was calling him a pussy. Ode Osborne was calling Ronaldo a pussy. This had more hype than O'Malley has ever brought on a press conference. These little ass motherfuckers were bringing it. Now, do I think they're going to have a crack at it? Probably not. They're probably going to play point guard and not be in the pocket at all. That's what these flyweights do. They chat the most shit and then they do nothing. However, I think I'm going to go Ronaldo as the Mexican. However, I think this is a very close fight. Let me check the odds. Ronaldo. Can I spell Ronaldo? Nah. I mean, clear favorite. Ode Osborne won his last 6 as well. I think the Mexicans are going to have a clean sweep this weekend, and I'm going to go with Ronaldo Rodriguez. Now, moving on to the Mexican Ryan Garcia himself. Esteban, no offense, Esteban, I don't know you, but you can go fuck yourself. Daniel Zellhuber is an absolute lock. He has been hyped up quite a lot in the recent fights. If you look at his profile, he's a decision warrior. Okay, interesting. However, I'm going to go Daniel Zellhuber, the Mexican Ryan Garcia, to maybe go get a late sub on Esteban. Okay, let me look at the odds. I think Daniel is a clear favorite here. There you go. 145 against a 276. Won his last 15 of 16 previous pro MMA fights. I think Daniel is a lock. I think submission is paying $12. Interesting. I thought he had some ground game. But maybe I think he's a decision warrior. I think we just go points, Daniel Zellhuber. Ryan Garcia will get the win this weekend. Now, this, in my opinion, will be fight of the night. Ortega versus Lopez. Now, Brian Ortega, coming off a win against Rodriguez, was losing that fight. And I think it was third round. Third round, got that sub. There you go. Round 3, had that sub early in round 3. But as we all know, I love my boy, great striking. But Blood has no ground game. He is quite literally ass on the ground. Now, with someone who trains with however, on the complete opposite side of that coin is Diego Lopez, who has phenomenal ground game to match Ortega's ground game. Now, another thing to think about is Ortega missed weight against Lopez, and Dan Ige had to step up. Dan Ige did a phenomenal job. However, Lopez won that. And now they've rescheduled this fight for Noche, obviously. And I don't think Ortega needs this. He said, win or lose this fight, he's going to move up. He's looking chunky, and even in the weigh-ins, he made weight, but he's not looking great. I don't think he has that fire for this division anymore. I think he's coming up in age. He's lost to Max. He's lost to Volk. I think Ilya absolutely starches him. I don't think there's any chance of him being a title contender. However, Lopez, young, looking great in his last fights. And I think Lopez gets it done. But Ortega's a tough dog. So I'm going to either go... It's hard. You can't count out Ortega. So I'm going to give Ortega more credit than I think he should be given. To be honest, I think there's a chance Lopez gets him, subs him. Round 2, round 3. But I think a safe lock, honestly, is Lopez's decision. I think he's just going to piece him apart. I think he's going to stuff his takedowns. I think Lopez wants to stay on the feet with Ortega. And yeah, so I'm going to go Lopez by decision. All right, now moving on to our first title fight of UFC 306. Alexa Grasso versus Valentina Shevchenko. Now, this is the third fight of the trilogy. Grasso won with a I thought she won, but most people thought Shevchenko might have won. It was a close fight. That is why it was a draw. Now, who will win the trilogy, though? It's a tough call. My heart says Grasso, the fitter bird, the younger bird. Yeah, I think it could go either way. Honestly, it's a very, very tough call. Shevchenko says that she wants to not let it even go to the judges, wants to finish. But I think Shevchenko, she was a warrior in her prime, but I think she's just past her prime. And she's fighting the 35 curse, 36 now. I think Grasso gets it done. And I think she ends still. I think potentially another decision. Grasso decision. I don't think it will be a whitewash, though. I think Shevchenko could easily get it done, though. But I'm going to lean towards Grasso and still. Okay? Mexican, clean sweep for this card. All right. This could be a great... I think these two women are probably in the top 3 with Zhang Weili, greatest fighters right now. And yeah, I don't see many other women flyweights being great contenders in this division. I think these two are the best of the best. So whoever wins this fight will, I do believe, is the champion of the flyweight women's division. Anyway, now moving on to the most anticipated fight of the night. The Ducks fucking nuts. Sean O'Malley, the champ. Dana's quote-unquote superstar, the Sugar Show, versus Merab the Machine Dvalishvili. Now, does Merab have a chance? Can Merab take him down where Aljo failed? Can he control him for 5 rounds? Can he get a submission? I don't think so. I think O'Malley, he's got that. Honestly, people think he's not Conor. I honestly think O'Malley is bringing that Conor McGregor energy into these fights. His last fight against Cheeto was outstanding. Cheeto didn't have a moment in that fight where he looked good. Maybe in the 5th round when he hit him with the body shot, but that was 10 left of a 25-minute fight, okay? So if you're giving him that moment, maybe. But he dominated Cheeto. So, and also, Merab, people say, oh, Merab has a chin. He hasn't, when has he been knocked out? Henry Cejudo chinned Merab in his last fight and wobbled him. What do you think Sean O'Malley is going to do to Merab? I think that Sean is going to show levels. I think he's going to show that he is what he says he is. And I think he's going to TKO, knock out Merab. I'm going to call before the 3rd. First is ambitious, but I think second, like Aljo, he want to find the range, unless Merab brings it very, very intensely, which, I mean, that is always what he's going to do. Even if he does that, I think the difference in levels between Merab and O'Malley's striking is on completely different planes. So I'm going to go O'Malley to win this by early TKO. Okay, so that is UFC Noche. We've broken down the whole card. I just wanted to say from last week's video, we backed a few underdogs. Wasn't too successful. But this week, I think we are going to have a very good clean sweep with the Mexicans. Okay. Now, the next card, I think it's a fight night. I think it's St. Denis versus, Money Monaco. We are going to break down this fight next week. And please stay tuned. Hit that subscribe button. Hit those notifications. Like this video. And thank you very much if you stay tuned and watch this video. See you later. Till next week. Adios.